Hey gang, what's up? Crystal Hive is live. It's Saturday, which means it's Keyforge Day. So, I am going to be unwrapping. I guess unwrapping is a misnomer. I have the decks here. I'm not going to be unwrapping them because they don't have enhancements, so I don't need to open them. But I'm going to be playing all decks that have House Shadows in them that I've previously dismissed, and just going to see how they do. And what is up, Mortivus? Or to mimic Saw dude. Okay, let's see. I gotta remember what deck I wanted to play first. There, I'm gonna play Underboss, Decaus, the Bright Companion. I'm gonna show my Archon of it. Get focused a little bit there. I'm not doing too bad. I actually, I won't say living the dream yet. Don't own my own house. Once I do, then I'll be living the dream. But I got 2 weeks off from work, so I'm gonna be playing lots of games, doing lots of other hobby stuff, writing, 3D printing, painting, key forging. So it could be much, much worse, knock on wood. That's fair. 2020 is absolutely a what the fuck is going on? Let me load this deck in here and get everything started. So this is a Shadows Star Alliance Untamed list. I've got basically hot garbage here in my Shadows list. I have wandered out to Worlds Collide decks, so I'm doing Worlds Collide, AOA, and Coda today. I've got 2 Yancey Gang, a treasure map, a key forgery for a potential key stall, 2 Kincans, 2 Chans, 2 Walls, a United Action, which is okay. It's not that great in this list, but it's a nice dump your hand card. I've got a Harmonia in Untamed, but this deck list has 21 creatures, so I need to see that Harmonia early or immediately after a board clear to make it really worth it. Yeah, I'm hoping that 2021 brings... I don't even need the year to be amazing. I just need the year to be tamer. I guess it's been a year of us living in the untamed world. I need it to be more more orderly, more rules. In the grand scheme of things, I was really lucky throughout, especially in America, in the United States. Just, we won't get into politics, but we're not doing as well as other countries in their recovery and immunity to coronavirus. So I was lucky enough to maintain a job through the entirety of the ordeal. So I'm counting my blessings one way or another because of that. I'm gonna mulligan. This looks like an awful hand. Oh, I like to see my family less. Hey Rosewood, welcome back. We didn't scare you away, that's a good sign. another Tantedlin. Let's put a camouflage on that Tantedlin, and let's fight to Quixo. I'm gonna tread lightly on replying to that, Mortivis. I hate it. Not hate. My political views don't sit well with a lot of people. And that's not to say they're based on hatred or bigotry. They're just too extreme for American minds. That being said, I can understand how some people don't want the vaccine, given the current mental health state of our administration at present. Let's go treasure map, and then I'm gonna discard Inky Gloom and discard Fidget. Just get rid of Shadows. I'm glad we didn't scare you away, Rosewood, because then we'd be very lonely. But I can also, with the Gravid Cycle, probably honestly grab that treasure map again. Untamed, starting with a scout. Yep, so scout allows them to use Quixo. They draw a card. I think they scouted with Odd Claw as well. Okay. Old Savage Clash. Kills their Quixo, which I'm okay with. Yeah, let's go Untamed. So I'm gonna drop Wild Spirit just for the Amber, because I'm then going to fight, and then I'm gonna Cauldron Boil, and I'm gonna Gravid Cycle that treasure map. Let's start with blue key. I guess we're just gonna Shadows again and treasure map and discard. That's kind of the strategy I've seen in this deck, is play treasure map and discard. Play treasure map, discard. I am really excited for the next couple weeks, because I can, the next 2 weeks specifically, with 0 work obligations, I can just do whatever the hell I want. Sure, Star Alliance, Garcia, Chan, and Kirby. Then let's zap Francis the Economist, and let's Cloaking Dongle right in the middle. Yeah, aren't the backgrounds cool? It's just a aesthetic upgrade that the Crucible Online did. So if you play online through TCO, everyone has Santa background instead of a typical Archon art. I saw it and I was like, that's cute. Santa vs. Chota. I'm convinced that Chota is Santa's twin. But because there can only be one Santa, the Claus family exiled the twin. And then he ended up in the Crucible somehow. Can they steal a bunch of amber? Doesn't look like it. So let's just go ahead and forge yellow. Let's go shadows and get these Yancey gangs out. Wouldn't it? First rule of the Claus family. Shadows, a steal, and steal. I'm gonna mug to get rid of that ward, and then I might as well just put the bad penny out and see what happens to her. The terrible thing is the bad penny with Fangtooth Cavern. I mean, she's gonna protect my line, but then she's repeatedly going to clog my hand up, and I'm at the end of my turn, so it's gonna be before I draw back up. Ultimately don't want her to stay on the board, but well, I got rid of United Action, which isn't terrible. All three of our houses on both sides are accounted for, so Kincan's useless right now. So I'm gonna go Untamed, drop this Molefin, drop this. This creature, let's deploy right. Fully healed Chan, and then Fangtooth Cavern. Okay, so it's after I draw back up, so it's not terrible. I do have to keep calling shadows to keep protecting my line, but then if I'm also dumping a bad penny, I'm not hitting my opponent's side either. So some basic stats while I'm waiting for my opponent here. This deck has an expected amber of 17, 0 artifact control, pretty much negligible creature control. Amber control is a little below average at 7.6, 21 creatures, 10 printed amber. That's about it. Its strongest part is creature protection. And I'm curious where that stat's coming from. I guess the encounter suit. Yeah, the encounter suit and camouflage and cloaking dongle are what's given that creature protection stat. Other than that, this deck's not really great at doing anything else. But somehow, I think it's the Gravid Cycle treasure map, honestly, that got me so far ahead, because that's an 8 amber play. Actually 9 amber because of Gravid Cycle. Let's go. Starlance. Drop Garcia, make them pay all of their amber. Kincan, because why not? Wells is going to grab a cloaking dongle or grab a wild spirit. Let's go wild spirit. Titan engineer with a draw icon. They're getting good use of QMX. I feel like my deck is just stalling out right now. I did all my cool stuff really earlier and now I can't make up for it. But I'm gonna go Shadows because I'm gonna steal an Amber, play Keyforgery, Subtle Maul. Go Hugger Mugger and Bad Penny. That way the Bad Penny makes it so the QMX does not have to die. I can just keep hitting my Bad Penny. That way I force them to have to kill their QMX to get a cycle out of it. They're gonna make it enticing for me to kill that QMX. Should rather kill old Bruno, to be honest. So if I go Star Alliance, and then I kamikaze Can into Titan Engineer, then the weakest is still going to be QMX. Balls. Yeah, let's still go Starlines. So, Reap, Reap, Reap. I'm going to use the NC Gang to steal. I'm going to pop this encounter suit on Garcia. Let's go Wells. Grab Wells to grab Cloaking Dongle. Or Avalanching here, I like it. We're going to go Cloaking Dongle on, I would say probably on Chan here. That puts me at 7 of 7. And 8 of 7 now, because I just threw Fangtooth nuked their QMX. To bring conversation full circle about the New Year's resolution that you saw, Mortivis, do you have a New Year's resolution? Or to Keyforge Alchemist, Rosewood, do any of you have a resolution you want to share? I know we're 12 days early, but... And Orion's here? Alright, everyone, stop talking about him. What's up, Orion? You know what? I can't argue with that. I'm a very practical person. I'm very pragmatic, so that's a very pragmatic resolution. That reminds me of my approach to birthdays. I'm just like, why do I celebrate my birthday? I didn't choose to be born. We should be celebrating the fact that my mother didn't die during childbirth. But that's a bit morbid, so. Let's go Untamed. I'm gonna drop Creative Nurture. Let's go Wild Spirit on Chan. Just pop Molfin over here. Let's have Ghost Hawk deploy right. Reap with Wells. Have Wells grab Camouflage. It's like I planned this turn out. Chan is then going to use Yancey Gang to steal one. Camouflage is then going to go into Yancey Gang. End turn, and I'm gonna nuke. Let's hit that Ghost Hawk. I love cheeky morbidity. So actually, I laugh at my opponent's comment here. It just says crushed me with that deck. Good example of a deck with low SAS that's very playable. Or do I just suck this bad? LOL. I don't think my opponent sucked. I think I got a really good start line and I was able to control the board. I do like the way this deck played, especially with my house cheating into my Yancey Gangs. I think it's a potentially pretty strong deck. Not competitively though. It doesn't have board clears. It doesn't have stable amber control. It's got conditional amber control. If I can't keep my Yancey Gangs out, I'm not gonna have amber control. So I think my opponent just got a bad draw compared to me, and I got off faster than they did, so it was a catch-up game that I didn't let them actually catch up to. I did get a really good draw line there with starting with my treasure map into a Gravid Cycle and then playing treasure map again. And also, hello, wizard. Harmonia's not bad. I'm going second. I really want these Kincans, but I don't want them this early. I'm gonna keep just to play the Shadow line. It's not a terrible first turn. Yeah, having seen that Gravid Cycle with my treasure map, now I'm intentionally looking for it. But also another nice play would be Gravid Cycling my Ghost Hawk, Gravid Cycling Harmonia after a board clear. So I've got a couple actually pretty decent lines for this Gravid Cycle. Just gonna mute spectators because my previous opponent just joined the game. Didn't want them chatting or anything. Going this again. And they're not getting any amber either, so I'm just gonna go Shadows. I'm gonna Subtle Maul. Get rid of, ooh, nice. Got rid of Crassosaurus, and I'm just gonna Reap. Is Slightly Beefy your Glimmer and Gravid Cycle deck? Where you can grab something at the beginning and end of all your turns, and then you just grab your Gravid Cycle back? one turn you grab something else with Glimmer, end your turn with Gravid Cycle, and then Gravid Cycle grabs Glimmer back, and then Glimmer grabs Gravid Cycle the next turn. Yeah. Stupid. This deck isn't that recursive. It's got like one decent play for Gravid Cycle, but worked pretty well last game. I got 8 Amber in 2 turns, or 3 turns. Now they have Amber. So I'm going to go Star Alliance to play Kincan. It's Cloaking Dongle right there. So now if they call Saurian, I steal an Amber. And if I call Untamed, I steal an Amber. So I've got 2 lines. I really want to see these Kincans early. I don't mind, like, if they manage to kill some of my shadows, that's fine too. But no, they take out Kincan, which is interesting. Because Kincan doesn't do much work. They did play Saurian though. Let's go Untamed. I'm gonna play Fangtooth. And then no, I'm not gonna play Harmonia. Play Gravid Cycle to grab. I really like that Subtle Maul. Let's grab the Subtle Maul. Kill Hugger Mugger. And that's why I didn't play Harmonia, because I wanted my Fangtooth to hit Hugger Mugger. I'm at check of 6 of 6. And they keep hawking the crap out of my board. Let's go Shadows. I think they've played... Oh, they've got 3 hawks, so they've got 1 left. I'm going to play Keyforgery, Subtle Maul, Fidget, and then Bad Penny. Trying to get a decent United action here, but I don't think I'm going to get anything set up too well. Shadows. And there's the 3rd hawk. Okay. Well, I feel like this is a decent time for fuck it, let's go Untamed. Harmonia first, Molfen second. That triple hawk really hurts because I do have some artifacts that I actually want to stay on. So Subtle Maul, Keyforgery, and then Fangtooth Cavern. They also have double Harbinger, double Binding Irons, triple Phalanx Strike, lots of duplicates and triplicates. Double Avinda. So, Orion, did you have your under 63 SAS tournament yet? Boo. Tell him to stop being such a dick. I think this is going to be the best time as any to get this United action going. So let's drop Garcia and countersuit on. Ooh, who do I want to protect? Let's protect Molfin. Bad Penny, Yancy Gang. Let's zap. Let's hit ward off you. Nice. I know out here our game store has, I'm trying to count them in my head, 3 staff that play Keyforge. It's just a matter of COVID going away, so the store wants to open again. I was gonna go and get myself a stocking stuffer. I was just gonna go buy a single deck and put it in my own stocking. Be like, man, Santa really loves me. Yeah, steal my amber, do damage to yourself. Yeah. This game's not going as well. Avinda's just gonna abuse this Bad Penny, so let's go Star Alliance. Play Wells. See what Wells can grab. Cloaking Dongle, that's fine. Chan to the left. Kirby to the left. Let's Cloaking Dongle on Chan. Reap. Then let's play Cauldron Boil. Pew. I like how we all have the same mentality. Like, yeah, just put Keyforge in my stocking. You know, fuck all the rest of the presents. Get me a display box. I've always wanted to do the whiskey advent calendar. Every day's a different brand of whiskey. But now I really want just 25 Keyforge decks. Rosa, does your brother-in-law usually play Keyforge, or is this a welcome to the game? Let's teach you. Yeah, I'm definitely a whiskey drinker. My work had a virtual Christmas party. I guess it was just a holiday party, and my wife and I were playing games as part of the party, and we won the very first game super quickly. And one of the choices for prize support was an old-fashioned kit, I guess. So it's got the old-fashioned mix, cherries, 2 old-fashioned glasses, and a decanter for your whiskey. This is probably the best present I've ever gotten from a work party. I'm just gonna keep going Star Alliance. So I'm gonna Reap. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and put that on Chan. Chan will Reap. And then I'm gonna use the Yancy Gang to steal, keeps them off check. Chan's gonna come into play, and Wells is gonna come into play. You're gonna Reap. Check at 7 of 6. I don't know, can you be too into D&D? That's a valid question. I just realized my camera's cutting off the wells over here. There's a wells right here. Yellow key, let's keep Star Alliance. Reap. Wild Spirit, I'm gonna use Yancey Gang to steal. Reap with Kirby. Play Treasure Map. Fuck, this deck is cool. I really like this one. Let's Reap with Chan. Chan is going to use Fidget to Reap. Top of deck. Get rid of their Brand, that's nice. Reap and Reap. And I'm going to discard Can. Checkmate at 11 of 6. I could see how this deck would really, really struggle against something that had extraordinary board control. But with what I'm seeing, the amount of cheating I can do with these double Chans and double Kirbys is actually pretty cool. I myself am going to go Shadows now, though. So we're going to start with an Inky Gloom. I'm going to Reap and do top of their deck. Make them lose their Legionary. Let's steal one. Let's Mug. I'm okay with this Yancey Gang. My opponent's not, because they just forfeit. Okay. Well, let's just hop into another one. I'm two for two with this one so far. Underboss, Dekaus, or Dekaus. Bright Companion. I'm curious how that is pronounced. I think this is, like what you're saying, Wizard, this is more of a casual style deck, but surprisingly strong in that format, because if my opponent allows me to keep a board, it's pretty good. But if I'm facing a deck that just brutalizes a board, I can imagine it doesn't do very well. I am going to that treasure map is so nice, though. I'm going to keep it. Treasure map is definitely a piece in here. Do Fairy, I'm okay with that. That's fine. Plus the fact that I can play this treasure map off turn with those double Kirbys. Oh man, but they got double Dew Fairies. Let's go Untamed Harmonia and Tainted Land. I love turn 1 treasure map. They pitch a key charge. I'm gonna go Shadows now. Let's drop that Keyforgery, Fidget, and Yancey Gang. Check at 7. I think I'm gonna go Star Alliance next turn. Just a thought. Zaps will help me get rid of these Dew Fairies, because I'll have 1, 2, 3 houses represented, so if they play something other than Untamed, which they don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are they playing for 6? Nature's Call, okay. Honestly, I'm fine with this. Let's go Star Alliance. Let's hit that United Action. This is silly. This is so silly. Can. Then Yancey Gang. Fidget. What do I want this encounter suit on? Probably on my Yancey Gang. Cloaking Dongle can go on. Let's put it on Can. Zap. At least get one of these fairies. Oh, it can still work and still be silly. United Action was actually a card that I dismissed a little too early. I thought it was really cheesy. I didn't think it was going to be that effective. And I have one deck other than this one that uses it pretty profoundly. Excuse me. And it just floods the board. Man, I got hiccups, I'm sorry. This would be a good turn for Untamed, because I don't have... Oh, they have Untamed, so I'm not going to steal the Kin-Can. But I do have this Keyforgery to potentially protect it. I'm gonna go Shadows. So I Hugger Mugger. Bad Penny. Let's Reap. Start at the top. Get rid of their Psychic Bug. Yancy Gang will steal. In this deck, I don't. I don't even know if I have a deck that has that card in it. We can all win. Sorry, we can all win. I have 2 decks out of my entire collection that have We Can All Win. Let's go Untamed. Big ol' Molphin. Cauldron Boil to hit that Do Fairy. Camouflage to protect my Molphin. And another Tantadlin. And they're going to have to trigger Keyforgery here, so we'll see if they actually hit it. And I'm at check at 7 of 7. Unfortunately, I do have a card from every house, so they could hit it. They're probably card counting, and I'm not giving them a lot of information in my discard. The most likely house they'll call is Untamed. What? Why did they call Brobnar? They might have misunderstood the card. Yeah, so you're calling a house that I would have in my hand. Let's go yellow. Let's go Shadows. Subtle Maul. Steal 1. Reap. I'm gonna get rid of my bad pennies. Actually, am I? I'm just gonna fucking play them. Unless my Inky Gloom so they can't reap. Yeah, it is a weird card. I'll pull it back up here, Keyforgery. So when your opponent would forge a key, that player names a house. So my opponent names a house. Reveal a random card from your hand, meaning me, because I am the controller and owner of this card. If that card is not of the named house, destroy Keyforgery, and they do not forge a key. So you want to call a house that your opponent could have in hand. So they wanted to call Untamed Starlines or Shadows, but they called Brobnar. So I think they were using where it says reveal a random card from your hand. They might have been assuming it was from their own. What do I want to do here? Let's go Star Alliance. Kirby. Chan. Let's play Wild Spirit on Kin-Can to Reap. I wanted to do that because now I probably should have put Comm Officer Kirby and Chan next to each other, because I was thinking leading up to my next turn to Ghost Hawk to house cheat a Chan into a Yancy gang or something of that extent. Brobnar. Punch. Lots of Brobnar. Okay. Alright, 7 of 6. So Star Alliance it is. Let's play another Chan. Play a Wells. Grab. Cloaking Dongle. Play Cloaking Dongle. Right to 0. Chan will reap. To use Yancy Gang to steal 1. It's too little, too late. So 2-1 with this deck. You should have won. I don't know what I did wrong. By deck list, I probably should have, but I got some weird hands. Yeah, it was a close game. I'm surprised by this deck. This is definitely one to revisit for like local in-person play. Just non-competitive, slinging cards. Let's see. Close that one. There we go. Then I've got Xylena, Unscrupulous Warzone Boss. This one is a goofy deck list, and I'll show you why in a minute. Ah! There you go. Pretty cool Archon art, to be honest. Gonna pull the deck list out and be okay. So we're gonna look at this ridiculousness. I have no idea if this is gonna be good at all. It just looked silly. So I've got 4 Cauldron Boils. Yikes. But I also have really, really low health creatures. So I've got Breaker Hill at 1, Ronnie at 2, Umbra at 2, Whisper at 3, Yancy Gang's got 5, so my Titan Guardians. But I do have ways to do damage. So I've got Twin Bolt, Kangafant just outright kills things, Molfin if they steal. It looks goofy. There we go. Basic stats, 16 expected amber, 12 of which are printed on cards, 20 creatures, 10 actions, 5 artifacts, and 1 upgrade. I do have a Dr. Millie to help me archive if my opponent has some type of board clear or just gets so far ahead on the board. No artifact control, slightly below average amber control at 7.5. Creature controls at 9.5, which isn't terrible. Unfortunately, 4 of those are Cauldron Boils. So those are hit or miss depending on damage getting on the board. I do have a Nepeta Gigantica, so that can help me get rid of or control some larger creatures. Not a fan of these, so I'm just gonna mulligan. Yeah, so if I play all 4 Cauldron Boils in one turn, it would grow exponentially. So 1 damage goes from 1 to 2, 2 to 4. I'm trying to 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16. So you're doing +1, plus 2, so you're at 3 total plus 4. So you're at, yeah, so you're going to be doing a fuckload of damage. It's just from 1. Sure, Shadows. Let's play Trust No One, steal 1. Then I'm going to mug, kill him, and drop Yancey Gain. I'm terrible at math, so I'm going to... sorry, terrible at head math. Trying to do this in reverse. They're doing 8 damage, 12 damage, 13, 14 damage, 15 damage. So if you ping for 1, the 4 Cauldron Boils from 1 damage will do 15 damage to a single creature. It took all my brain power to struggle through that. That's why when I'm doing anything with math, I just do it in Microsoft Excel. I can program those equations like a mofo, but actually do it in my head? No, thank you. Then with an Instrument of Silence would be fun. Should pick apart the archives. Untamed. Let's go Tantallin. Instrument of Silence. Harmonia for shits and giggles. And then Molfin. What's interesting though is as I was looking through this deck list, I don't really ever like to see Kangafant in a deck list. I don't mind it in this because I don't do a lot of reaping from the lists. Like a lot of my creatures have actions where they want to fight. So I actually don't mind. I'm going to go Untamed again. Let's start with Cauldron Boil to get rid of that Dr. Escatera. Let's fight Bad Penny. Reap. And then I'm going to drop Kangafant. Worst case scenario, I just reap with Kangafant first, and then he kills himself, and then I reap with the rest of my board. But the reason I'm playing him now is I'm thinking of playing my Shadows, so it buys me a turn or 2 while my opponent is building their board. So Shadows, drop another Keyforgery, Steal, and let's put these Breaker Hills over here to give the rest of my line some options to not reap. Nice Panpaka Anga. Library access. Good times. Lab work. Blah. I'm gonna stay in Untamed. So let's Tantallin the Charette. Get rid of their archive card. Nice. Then we're going to play Cauldron Boil. I'm going to use the action. And then play Panpaka Anga to the left. And I won't reap with Harmonia. Actually, will I? I'm gonna fight with her. Clog up my opponent's deck a little bit. And I'm okay with her dying because she's no good when I have board dominance. It doesn't look like my opponent has... They've got 3 Fates. Anomaly Exploiter, which they can slowly chip away at my board. There we go. Poison Wave will do a whole bunch of damage, and they can just pick them off with Anomaly Exploiter now. Pawn Sacrifice on Bad Penny. Oh no! Double Pawn Sacrifice? God, I hated that combo so much in Coda. It's Bad Penny, Pawn Sacrifice, Bad Penny, Pawn Sacrifice, Bad Penny, so Pawn Sacrifice. Just nuke my board with 1 creature. Okay. They did leave my Kangafant out. I'm gonna go Logos, Hologramophone, Finger Trap, Thorium Plasmate just for damage, or sorry, just for Amber. Thorium Plasmate just for Amber. And then I'm gonna fight so they can't Secret Needle Bad Penny. I'm at checked 706. Special Delivery could purge Kangafant, could also purge Molfin. 3 Fates. So they did quick work of that board there with the Pawn Sacrifice combo. So it's not a glaring... now I'm looking at, they only have 1 Pawn Sacrifice. Okay. Let's do Yellow Key. Shadows sounds good. So I'm going to play Ronnie, steal 1. I'm going to Chimera Eclipse to get him back in my deck, and I'm going to Umbra and Whisper. Okay, if they play some creatures here because I've got a good Dr. Millie play. I can dump some of this Untamed out of my hand. So I'd archive 3. So let's go and play Millie. You go to the right, Quant, you go to the right. Let's Hologramophone my Quant. Let's see what they do with Keyforgery here. Again, they can hit it with calling any house. I'm curious what they're gonna call. Oh man. Sorry, my keyboard glitches out a little bit there, so I just went on a song changing spree. actually are in a very good spot to card count. They can tell, with a deviation of 3 cards, they can tell what I have in my hand by numbers. But again, like, what? I really think people don't understand how Keyforgery works, because my opponent called Dis as well, which I don't have in my deck list. It's very interesting that we got 2 opponents right after each other that both completely misunderstand Keyforgery. Because there's no point in calling one of your own houses, because if you get it wrong calling one of my houses, it gets rid of Keyforgery anyway. So you might as well call one of my houses hoping you hit it and actually get the forge. But let's go logos. Do I want non-logos action? No. Let's reap. And reap. You are going to use your action, hit some board damage. Trap, babbling bibliophile to the right, and let's hologramophone the bibliophile. I drew back into the Keyforgery again, so I'm going to Shadows next turn, just to get that on the board. Though, do they have a key sheet? Not that I'm seeing. They've got graft, so I don't want to go too far above 6. They did get in the 6 though. So my thought was, if they're not in check, I could go logos and get some card draw. But they did go to check. I have no way in logos to get them off of check, so I will be going shadows. Let's go Keyforgery, Ronnie, and Umbra. So I'm at checkmate 6 of 6. They drop a Bruno. Do I risk it and just go? Do I just go logos? Fuck it. Let's go logos. Let's just have fun. So I'm gonna go sure, let's go Thorium Plasmate. Want to use that or reap? That's the big question. I'm going to use it. So then I will mug and then hologramophone on Umbra. And then play Dr. Millie. I guess I could have... I always forget that Quantum Finger Trap allows me to move my battle line as well. So I could have saved my quant there. But you play and you learn, right? Yeah, so I could have moved my quant to move them away from this groupthink tank damage. But hoping that they still don't understand how Keyforge works. And I'm hoping I can squeak out a victory here. Now, is this Powell or P-Owl? Let's see. They either get to play their turn and I lose my Keyforgery, or they get it, or they hit it and they win. They disconnected. If they're not back by the end of this song, they've got 2 minutes. I guess I'll just watch the 30-second timer here. If not, I'm considering this a win because it's all too convenient they disconnected when they were going to potentially lose. And we're at about 45 seconds wait, so I'm just going to leave. Consider that a win and keep on trucking. It's not a terrible deck list. It's got some weird things going on. The Logos list is much more intricate than I had given it credit for because of the Quantum Finger Traps and Groupthink Tank. I can use those finger traps to set up my opponent's line to take damage from the Think Tank, or I can move my list around to protect myself from it. It's pretty flexible in that regard. People that just sit in the lobby and don't actually do anything. They've got a game open, but they're not going to sit there and actually click start. To play. Oh yeah, the next list I have, or next deck I have on my list looks goofy fun. And it might honestly, like, looking at its overarching scores, it might actually be a pretty decent deck. It might be one of those decks that's just scored lower than it actually could perform. So I'm really intrigued to see how it does. It's just teasing information, it's a Brobnar Shadows Untamed list. laughing because I just get a text from my wife that she just smacked her head on the granite countertop. And now the entire world knows. This is a weird first turn hand. I'm gonna keep it just to play an untamed cauldron boil, I guess. Yeah, strong first turn. Nice. This sets up for pretty good logos. Finger trap. Hologramophone, let's go. Thorium plasmate. To move Sequus to the right, deal 4 damage to it. And Groupthink Tank. Groupthink Tank's probably gonna die here, unfortunately, but meh. Yeah, they're gonna take hostages, so they're just gonna fight and kill it. Capture 2. But what they don't know is they're walking right into the cauldron boil. Reap with Gatekeeper. Fight with Sequus. Fight with Raiding Knight? Yeah. So I can go Shadows and stall this a little bit. Maybe. Sure. Let's trust no one. Let's Mug. And then Umbra. Much better. I do not like Carlo Phantom. I don't like Naughty. Fuck it. Let's go Cauldron Boil. Just for shits and giggles. Bombaka Anga. Ramble Links. And then Instrument of Silence. These already have Skirmish, so I'm going to pop it on Pampaka. Sorry, just going through my phone real quick. Okay. What to do here? Harmonia's decent. Yeah, let's go Untamed. Ramble Links is gonna fight. Cauldron Boil. Harmonia. Check at 6. weird game. Unwrapping Shadows, Ronnie, and Yancy Gang. Check at 6. Okay, actually with that draw of the Kymor Eclipse, I think they're going to be just out of my range to keep them off check here. They're probably going to get 8 or 9 amber total. 8, okay. So I might go just a full turn here of Logos. Drop the Titan Guardian, drop the Bibliophile, Hologramophone the Bibliophile. I'm gonna put Naughty on the outside. Just trying to set up for a Kymor Eclipse turn, should I play Shadows next. Really nice board here. Oh boy. I think I'm just gonna go Logos. I'm playing too much catch up here. I'll play Twin Bolt, let's kill Naughty, let's kill Carlo. Reap with Bibliophile, draw 2. Fight with Titan Guardian to kill, or I won't kill, but I'll do enough damage. Let's Hologramophone Yancy Gang and call it good. They're kicking my butt right now. Not that much of a fan of this deck. First deck was really great. This one's, it seems to be fighting against itself more than anything. What they did to kill my Guardian. Anomaly Exploiter, okay. Woof. Just go Untamed. Drop Nepeta Gigantica, let's Cauldron Boil, Tantadlin, Molfin, and good old Kangafant. Check at 7. Unfortunately, I do have 2 fight effects. They have this Reap effect here, but I don't know if they're going to use it until Kangafant dies. Pretty crappy Shadows lineup. Fighting Kangafant, steal 1, which Molfin did a whole bunch of damage. Now they killed Kangafant. Yeah, Kaimor's not terrible right now. It's just I'm so far behind right now that it's struggling here to see how I can pull this back to my favor. Yeah, I do think this is gonna be a Kaimor turn. Let's go Shadows. Steal one. Yeah, this Kaimor. Whisper. Breaker Hill. And Whisper. Now the annoying thing is when I go to use Whisper, well, never mind. Were I to use Whisper with Breaker Hill next to them, it would just say use card's action, and you don't know which is which. I think generally it puts the added ones at the bottom. That said though, there's nothing I can do to prevent this loss. So we're gonna go Logos, Titan Guardian, Quantum Finger Trap, Hologramophone, Quantum Finger Trap, and end for a GG. I do not like this deck. I don't feel like playing it a third time, so I'm just gonna move on. Throw it away. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get to some saucy stuff here. I'm gonna delete that last one. You're gone forever. I'm gonna delete some of my other bad decks. Delete. Okay. So I'm playing Faildreg, the Joke of Smuggling. There we go. Kind of looks like an owl mixed with a beetle. Send it. You mean you want it, or you just want me to show you the deck list? Either way, I'd be happy to get rid of it. Faildreg, this Joke of Smuggling, is 2 Berserker Slams, an Alaka, a Gargantus Scrapper, Gravel Guts. I think this is an awesome card. With an Ire Staff, Mega Grand 9 Toes, which means I also get Grand's Brew. Ragnarok for board clear, which is a really cool Brobnar board clear. I get an Amber every time I fight on this turn. Excuse me. And then at the end of the turn, destroy every creature. My Shadows list is actually pretty nice. I've got No Safety in Numbers, 3 Umbras, an Untamed Plant, 2 Mush Protect, and some other odds and ends. Mug is a really nice card. Lethal Distraction's nice, so I can Lethal Distraction and then hit him with Mug to do 4 damage. Or I could fight to do extra damage. Umbras would do 4 as well. Nothing amazing in Untamed. I do have Taliga with Song of the Wild and Regrowth. Witch of the Wilds gives me some nice house cheating. Geebuck gives me kind of some board retention, I guess is the best way to describe it. But then Giant Gnawbill is my artifact control. So I'm going to hop in and see what I can do. Oh, toss it? Okay. I picked it up, but I'm just going to throw it again. Ooh, that's a nice turn. Do they have any direct damage that could kill me immediately? First Blood wouldn't do anything. Flame Lake Shaman would do 2. They could Bouncing Death Quark her. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. So we're going Untamed, and we're starting with a Taliga. This reminds me of one of my favorite decks from Coda. It was a deck that I brought to the Vault Tour, and it had 2 Taliga. It wanted to keep Taliga on the board at all costs. The game that I lost, that I actually ended up almost winning despite my turn 1 awful play, was my opponent started with a special delivery, and then I played Taliga and left Taliga on a flank. So my opponent just purged her, and then it took me the entire game to see my other one. It cost me the game. Let's see. 3 to each. I'm gonna go Untamed, play Witch of the Wild. Taliga will Reap. I'm going to Unnatural Soul. I'm not gonna do Unnatural Selection yet. I'm gonna play Fogbank. So they can't fight. Next turn I can play an Untamed turn on an Untamed card on a non-Untamed turn. If they build their board, I'm getting a lot of Amber from Taliga. They have to kill her with direct damage because I played Fogbank. And then if they build too wide, I can play Unnatural Selection to thin their deck down, or thin their board down. I think they're just gonna reap. They're gonna get another War Grumpus. They are going to get some action cheating out of this because they cannot fight. So the War Grumpus is just going to allow them to ready and then reap with a neighboring creature. And then if they play, I think they have 2 War Grumpus. So they should have found the other War Grumpus. So they took in their hand, they chose not to play it. They're probably waiting for the Fogbank to finish. I could play No Safety in Numbers, which kill the War Grumpus, but I could play Berserker Slam. So let's go Brobnar. Play Ire Staff, Berserker Slam. Berserker Slam is going to hit the Grumpus Tamer. And I can play Untamed. Let's play... Druid. Check at 7. What's my opponent doing? There we go. Blue key. It's not a bad turn to get some shadow stuff out. Special delivery. Ravened Untamed Plant, and I'm going to hold no safety numbers and too much to protect. This actually has a decent amount of board control now. I'm looking at, I've got Ragnarok, then no safety numbers, and unnatural selection. So I have some board control in one in each house at minimum. Excuse me. Oh, this will be fun. So let's go Shadows. No safety in numbers. Special delivery. Purge that flame wake. Let's reap. Too much to protect. Do I play it? I'm just gonna enter. Ragnarok. So I think this is I have 2 or 3 decks that have Ragnarok. It's an interesting card. I think if they removed Alpha, it would be too powerful. But then I think having Alpha makes it too weak. Because I have to think 2 turns or at least 1 turn ahead. Why can't I play Gargant? Oh, yeah, because he had to be my Alpha. Okay. Whatever. As I'm talking about alphas, I forgot that this fucker is also alpha. I think the fact that Ragnarok has alpha makes it a little harder to get off routinely. But again, not having alpha on it would make it a little too strong, because then I could dump an entire board and have some type of activate or stand trigger. It's not terrible, it's not great. I would say it's on the higher end of an average board clear. Just because of its ability that I get to fight, gain amber, and then kill everything. So you can use it as a means to ping off wards. You don't care about your creatures dying in the fight because they're going to be dying from Ragnarok anyway. So there's ways you can use it to your benefit. They have a lot of archives, though. Yeah, and the way they're playing right now, I'm not going to get this Ragnarok off other than playing it to play it. It's really just going to be a board clear. I'm not going to get any amber off of it, but I do need to play Gargantus Scrapper first. So we're going to play Gargantus Scrapper. I have 3 or more. Let's just hit you. Let's go Ire Staff and keep bumping that plant. Dump that plant. Cards. Ragnarok. Yep, I have 3 decks that have Ragnarok. The nice thing is, I would love a Ragnarok deck with a lot of Alakas, as weird as that might seem, because I just need to fight with 1 Brobnar. So I play Ragnarok, fight with 1 Brobnar, and then dump all my Alakas who come in ready, fight with them, gain an amber for each, and then I kill everything. So the Alaka Ragnarok is a nice synergy. Past that, though, there's not much else. Yep, grab their archives, go logos, dump a whole bunch of creatures for me so I can play my Ragnarok. That would be great. Beautiful Ragnarok. Beautiful, I say. And then just reap. Yep. And then they're going to archive 2 cards. Yep. Brobnar, Ragnarok. Doesn't matter who I fight, so let's just fight Fila. Gain an amber. Alaka comes in ready. Fight against Fila. Ire Staff for shits and giggles. End turn, kill everything. Check a 6. I am not drawing any Untamed. I've been holding these 2 for like 4 turns now. Just hoping I draw a little more. I do have the final deck of the day. Just a little teaser for people to stick around. What did my voice do there? Anyway, it's a 54 SAS. It is in the bottom 8% of all decks in the world. It's among the 10% worst in the world. It says 7.87%. This is a Shard of Pain, among the worst 10% of decks according to SAS. It has 10 printed bonus amber and 4 key cheats, with no ways to really get those key cheats to fire, so it's pretty gross. Oh boy. I guess I'm gonna go Shadows. Just get those out of my hand for now, and still hold on to 2 Untamed. No new Untamed yet. What are we? We're looking at. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 6 more Untamed in my deck. Yeah, and they're all really good. That Mimicry would be great. Except they don't have any good. I could Mimicry their Bouncing Death Cork, which would be nice. It's my only target in there right now. They've played all creatures except for 2 actions. Good old Duma the Martyr, and then they're gonna reap, so I'm gonna lose 2 potential amber here. I wanted them to play another creature because then I could have saved the 3 except for the Aubades and gotten 6 amber back. Yup. Saw that coming. I'm just doing absolutely nothing right now. So Brobnar, Gravel Guts, let's Ire Staff him. Make him a little harder to go. Let's just kill Duma. This game's going downhill really fast. refreshments time. Slow players. Slow players, slow players, slow players. Around turn 10. And we've been playing this game for at least 20 minutes. Oh boy. Brobnar, Tremor. That's it. Happy fun times. Jesus. This is unreal how bad I'm drawing. 6 Untamed still in there. And I'm just drawing like 1 or 2 Brobnar every time I play Brobnar. 1 or 2 Brobnar. 1 or 2 Brobnar. My opponent's not going over 6. Jesus Christ. This is the most annoying thing ever. Alright, we're going Untamed. Fuck it. Yeah. Keep those 3. Play a Gnawbill. Call a house, destroy an artifact of that house. Yeah, of course. I play Untamed and then draw into 2 Untamed. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I get that people play at different rates, but this is fucking painful. I guess we'll see how quickly they finish this turn. Nope. Jesus. So they take my Gnawbill. Yeah. They might, but if they have a slow connection, my ping would be above my low too, because I'm hosting. Yeah, like it's not a terrible game right now, but I don't know. I'm drawing like absolute fucking garbage. God damn it. I've been in a 3-2-1 or a 2-2-2 now for 6 turns. And I'm playing the odds of drawing into the house that I have the most cards. And I'm then drawing cards from the house of which I have the least in my deck. So I play Brobnar, I draw Brobnar. I play Shadows, I draw Brobnar. I then play Brobnar, I draw Shadows. It's... yeah, 4 of my 8 now are Untamed. And I've had 6 cards in my Untamed since my discard pile had 16. So in 8 cards I've drawn 2 Untamed. It's severely against odds. Yep. And I can't keep a board either, so this deck, even though it looked cool on paper, is going away as well. That's oddly satisfying to do that. It's just, fuck you, get out of here. Sure, Shadows. Why not? Too much protect for 1 amber and a mug to hit Harland Mindlock to get my Gnawbill back, I guess. Fucking hell. And of course, I draw the Mimicry when they're gonna shuffle or discard back into their deck. Yep. Every time I go to type, they do something. So I'm just like, please just play. Please just play. Okay. I mean, I think I have to go Brobnar because I have to get a board presence here. And they just shuffled their discards, so Untamed's gonna be useless. So let's go Gravel Guts and then Grok. Let's Gron's Brew that Grok, and then Ire Staff my Gravel Guts. Honestly, I could probably be playing another game in the background and still finish before this one does. So I'm just going to set up for the next one, because I'm going to go through these decks pretty fast, because I'm getting views of them that I do not like what they do. Just keep calling Sanctum. Well, let's go Red Key Untamed. Let's play Keybook. I'm going to play Regrowth on... Ooh. I feel like Taliga's just going to get killed, so I'm going to grab Gnawbill. I'm going to Mimicry Blinding Light on Sanctum. I'm pretty indifferent about Keybook. It's cool in theory. Every time it's been in a game, it's just eh. Okay, I cheated a creature out. I can't use it this turn. Or I just discarded a card. So it's cheeky. I hope they never reprint the card, to be honest. It's too random. There's no way to guarantee that you're getting a creature out unless you've done like a Chaos Portal or something else that lets you know what creature's on top, like a Dexter. It just doesn't guarantee you that Keybook can stay out. Yeah, it's not like Wild Wormhole is a really cool random. The Keybook is just like cool. Your turn. it doesn't catch my eye. It's a nice unique interaction, but you just sit there and you're like, okay, cool. What did you do? Great, thanks. It does a little more, but it only does it if your opponent kills it, right? Or if you intentionally kill it. And then if you intentionally kill it yourself, you really just played it as a placeholder until you cycled through your deck. And then you're still putting a random creature in play in its place, which might be a creature that doesn't want to be on a flank, or it might be a creature that wants to be in the center or wants to be on a flank. Like, there's too much randomness to control for. You're just playing it and you're like, okay, whatever. Let's remove. Let's play Mustic Murmook to kill Wargrumpus. Unsuspecting Prey to hit Archimedes and Bingle Bang Bang, and then just hit one of the Aubades. And end turn. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, Mortivis. There's too many levels of randomness for me to enjoy. Like, Chaos Portal is fine. 1 level of randomness. Wild Wormhole, 1 level of randomness. What else? Fidget, 1 level of randomness. Merkins, 1 level. Geebuck, there's about 4. Did you draw a creature? Great. Cool. Does that creature want to interplay ready? Okay. Does that creature want to be in that position of the battle line? Okay. Or is it an action? Well, now you just discarded it and lost that action that you wanted. So they're at 6 of 7. I'm going to go Untamed. We're going to play the Song of the Wild. Druid. Reap. Check at 9 of 7. Right, and that's the same with, I guess, Merkins as well. Because Merkins can pull from the archive or the top deck and then play it as if it was your own. Did I scrape this one out of the gutter? I was getting my ass absolutely handed to me, and I think I scraped it out of the gutter. Right, that's why Merkins is 1 level of randomness, and Fidget, I guess, is 2, because it's you either play it or discard it. Or Merkins is you just play it. I traded a deck to a German player. Man, I don't even know how I pulled this game off, but whatever. The deck I had 2 Merkins, and I forget what it was, and the ability to archive as well. Or yeah, 2 Merkins, sorry, and a hit and run, and then a hidden archive. So you could play Merkins, hit and run, bounce him, play him again, play another Merkins. So you can play 3 Merkins in a turn. And then the hidden archive is just to dump it in the archives to try and set up that multiple Merkins turn. But either way, even though I did win that last one, I did not like that deck. It didn't feel good. It was blech. So I'm going to play Popov, the Net Master of Formulas, which is a first print cycle Coda deck. You can tell by the red pole plastic there. Really weird Archon. I don't know what that looks like. Kind of looks like a dildo. Just saying. But anyway, it's Mars Shadows Sanctum. I'll pull up the deck list here. Ammonia Clouds. Oops. Ammonia Clouds is my only board control. Does have Battle Fleet, so I want to try and stack a Mars hand for that. Ether Spider, one of my favorite Coda cards for Amber control, but highly, highly conditional. Psychic Network is great. Three terms of redress will stall a little bit, but it's not going to be amazing. I do have the Sting as well. And Evasion Sigil, so I'm going to be preventing a decent amount of fighting. So I probably want to look for that Evasion Sigil first, because that's going to help my Ether Spider stay on the board. I just want to make sure my opponent doesn't have artifact control. They do have a Brig deck with 2 Professor Sutterkin. Okay. And Mars. So the Red Planet Ray Guns are going to do a lot of work in this game. And I am going to keep my hand, because I already have 3 cards additional to the Battle Fleet, so I'm just going to try and thin my hand, probably play Sanctum again, see if I can draw some more Mars, try and get a big Battle Fleet early. Let's go Sanctum. Let's just play Howled Blaster and then Terms of Redress. And I've got a hand of 5 Mars, so this is... there's no point in trying to stretch to the 6th Mars card. I'm just going to play Battle Fleet next turn. Battle Fleet. Reveal 4. Draw 4. So I'm sitting on 6 cards. Let's go Ether Spider. Grabber Jammer. I want to hold these cards though. Let's go Red Planet Ray Gun on Grabber Jammer to try and make that a better target, or a more interesting target than Ether Spider. I don't need Hypnotic Command yet. No one's damaged, and then Psychic Network. So that wasn't the best Battle Fleet. Decent synergy here between Poison Wave and Martian Hounds. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm gonna go Sanctum, drop Protectrix. Blaster my Ether Spider. A little bit of a slow play start here from both of us. I think we're both just vying for a playable hand, to be honest. Oh man, that Protectrix sucks. Does set up a decent Martian Hounds here, but they still have no Amber, so... yeah, I'm gonna go... am I? Fuck. Let's go Sanctum. I'm gonna Reap. Fully heal. Fully heal the Spider, and then I'll Howled Blaster Protectrix. And I'm just going to play Terms of Redress just to get it out of my hand, since my opponent's not gaining any Amber right now. What is stunning me? Oh, the stun. Stormcrawler. Forgot it has that secondary effect. Got rid of my Spider. Good time for Shadows. Let's Ghostly Hand that shit. Dusk Runner on Grabber Jammer. And Poison Wave, because why not? Secret Needle. Let's just go and start pinging their Bramos. Check it, 9 of 6. Blue key. Man, I'm drawing terrible Mars right now. So Tunk, sure. Let's just make them capture one of their own. I'm just gonna, sure, play Martian Hounds, but nothing's gonna happen. I want to hold Psychic Network because it can be an awesome steel card, but I need to be able to have a Mars board. I do have 1, 2, just count 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4 creatures. I've lost 2 of them already, so I do have 2 more. I have a Zizix the Mini, and that's it. I'm going to Sanctum. Let's go Grey Monk. Mighty Lance. Gonna hit Dominator and Human. In terms of redress on Tunk. Inspiration. Let's have Tunk Reap. And just Hallowed Blaster for shits and giggles. Ammonia Clown's Cleansing Wave, and then it's Poison Wave, Cleansing Wave. So I've got some synergy on keeping creatures on the board with damage on them, and then Martian Hounds as well. They are in Brobnar. So Ganger removes a stun on Dominator, then they can Gauntlet Dominator probably. Yep. So let's go Mars, Mother Gun, Ammonia Clouds. And at this point, I'm just going to ditch my Psychic Network because I'm waiting to pull 1 card, and it's not worth holding it for 1. Did draw a decent Shadows hand. Got Evasion Sigil, Nexus, and 2 Umbras. So I could Nexus to abuse this Gauntlet of Command. Let's go Evasion Sigil, try and slow down their fighting. And drop both these Umbras. Let's go Secret Needle and hit that Ganger for 1. Cyber Giant Rig, good times. Interesting. Okay. Sure, let's go Shadows. Reap. Let's use Nexus first to go Gauntlet of Command to ready and fight, I guess. course. There we go. Stealing enough amber here. Secret needle just right there. Naughty the thief. I don't really want to use this pawn sacrifice right now, so I won't. I'm just gonna hold it. Check at 7 of 6. And I don't want to use it because I'm gonna have to sacrifice one of my creatures just to hit the armor of the Stormcrawler, and then I'd have to hit another one of my creatures, which would kill it. So I'd end up just killing 2 of my creatures to no detriment of my opponent. Unfortunately, this Stormcrawler is probably going to stay on the board the entire game. Got rid of my Sting, got rid of my Phosphorus Stars. Yellow key, let's go Shadows. Let's pop a Shadow Self to the right. Let's action steal. Let's fight. Nice. I'm gonna reap. Stun it, but then let's pawn sacrifice to get rid of the stunned one and hit those 2. And let's do damage. I got 1 damage through. 1 damage. That's gonna get healed by my cleansing wave. It's fine. So everyone that's watching the stream, if you have not clicked that follow button. Ooh, my opponent conceded. Nice. If you've not clicked the follow button, I'll gesture again. Please go ahead and click that if you're enjoying the content. I do this for fun, so it just means if you are enjoying what you're watching, then I'm doing something people enjoy, and it's going to help me better gauge how to continue streaming. So go ahead and click that follow button. If you do click that follow button, that means after 10 minutes you can start to chat with everybody. So if you want to chat, ask some questions, just say hi, you gotta click that follow button first. Jeff, I'm gonna say Jeff. You can, yes. Let me show you how. So if you go into the Crucible Online, the reason what random means is it must be a deck that is currently registered through the Master Vault. So it's a deck that someone has scanned the QR code and registered it into the app. Then you just click Quick Join, and then under Format you click Sealed. You can select what sets you want your random deck to come from. So if you want to you don't care, just turn them all on. If you only want to play, say, Worlds Collide, just keep that toggle on. And I rarely ever see sealed competitive, so your best chances are just to do sealed casual, and then click start. And to clarify, so it needs to be a deck that someone has loaded into the Master Vault, and then because it's loaded in the Master Vault, they have to import it into the Crucible Online. So it's a smaller niche of of decks available, but you can play sealed, which would be a random deck. I personally don't play a ton of sealed. You're welcome. I personally don't play a ton of sealed because I just don't enjoy the format. Not to say it's a bad format, I personally am an Archon player. I would rather play decks that I personally own rather than buying a deck just to play and then end up getting shit on because I'm a terrible sealed player. So I would rather play the decks I own, which is why I play Archon format. What's my opponent playing here? They're playing a Mass Mutation with 1 enhancement, 2 Gorms on. Barrister Joya is going to be annoying as shit, especially with an Evasion Sigil in my deck, so I may not play Evasion Sigil if they get Joya out early. I mean, you're welcome to like whatever you want, Mortivis. You're wrong, but you can like whatever you want. I personally, I just don't... Any of the local players, yeah, you know, no big deal. A lot of the local players can attest to how bad my sealed luck is. Man, I kind of want to keep that hand, but I kind of want to just discard it. Let's get rid of it. Hell yeah, let's get that sting out early. Very first tournament I've ever played with Keyforge. When it was the pre-release event for Coda. It was a single deck sealed, and it was just how everyone was getting their product. The deck that I pulled, I'm gonna do a bunch of shit here just to get some amber. And yes, first deck I ever pulled. And that deck to this day is probably the worst deck I own. Every single set I have yet to pull a deck list that I own deck lists that have lower SAS score and worse stats, but the deck I pulled from my very first event, which was a sealed event, is still my worst performing deck ever. It has 3 bonus amber. Oh, trust me, those decks you sent me are better than the deck I'm talking about. Just to give you some idea. Well, they dropped Barrister, and I have an Evasion Sigil, so this isn't gonna go well. I'm just gonna drop a bunch of shite. But, I mean, again, that's my luck. Your best deck has 4, but your best deck also has Saurian. This was pre-Saurian. This was, I think the list is Mars with, I'm trying to remember from memory, 0 Mars creatures, I want to say, with, I think 2 Mother Guns. So it's got some out-of-hand damage. Then it has Shadows, where the strongest creature is power 2. And then what was after that? I don't even remember the third house. It just was so bad. Well, let's go Shadows. Steal 1, play Nexus, Secret Needle to hit the Grey Rider. Well, see, so you're both mentioning decks where low bonus amber is okay, because you're still gaining amber from the Vindas, and if you had a Secret Needle, you're getting amber from that as well. Or sorry, not gaining amber, you're causing your opponent to lose amber or discard a card, depending if you have A or J Vinda. But you also have 26 creatures. This deck, I think, has 12. And the strongest creature is power 3. So I need things to stay on the board for me to do anything. They can't stay on the board because they're too weak, and then I have no way to gain amber as I'm rebuilding. So I just sat there, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Bye. Ooh. no shadows. Let's Seeker Needle and hit this Smoko. I'm gonna fight with Nexus into Joya. Call that good. Exactly, and that's why it sucks so bad. Is it should do okay in theory, because you look at the creatures like, oh, those got great reap effects. Those have really cool actions. Well, they have to stay on the board, and they're not going to stay on the board. Like a single Poison Wave or an Ammonia Clouds or all the Coda like mass damage cards just obliterated it. And yeah, like you said, you can't gain Amber or win a game when you can't reap, when you have 0 or 3 bonus Amber. Well, they played a Cleansing Wave, and that's what I was going to do. But Mars, Phosphorus Stars, Ether Spider, Martian Hounds. I mean, I wish that would have been a much better Ether Spider, but, you know, I'm forced in the shadows here now because I'm gonna lose. So, I'm going through these decks so fast. Nope. There's a reason all these decks have just been dismissed until now. I'm playing it to kill time. But, you know, when I can't reap because I can't kill this fucking Barrister, things are a little rough. I kind of just want to call Mars. just to fuck around, because I'm not winning this game at all. They dropped that Barrister so fucking fast. I think Mars is the play, honestly. Ammonia Clouds, that shit. Ether Spider. Psychic Network. Meh. Yeah, they're gonna spoils the battle, so now I'm gonna Ether, or I'm gonna Poison Wave. Sorry, Ammonia Clouds. Ammonia Clouds. Pew! Sizzix the Mini. And sure, Psychic Network. They don't do damage while fighting, so we're just gonna leave you there. Barrister's still alive. Yeah, I am going to have a lot of Amber, and I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. It's going to be great. It's going to be so great. I do have Protectrix and a Mighty Lance, though, so the Mighty Lance can take care of Barrister and Gorvanel. Yeah. And they're going to have a stunned board as well. And they dropped a Faust, so they're buying themselves a turn there. Feel to taunt, protect Ether Spider. I'm sure they've got some out-of-hand damage here, though. They also have an Effervescent Principle they haven't played yet. Have they? Yeah, they did. Okay. I was worried I was going to get to like 25 Amber and they just go, okay, Effervescent, and then I capture 6. Well, we're going Sanctum. So Mighty Lance will kill targets before, so we're going to Cleansing Wave. Pew! Mighty Lance. So we're going to hit Barrister, and then 3 on 3 will not kill Gorfinel. So I'm gonna hit Smoko. And we're going to play Anafiel. Taunt, Protect, Protectrix. In terms of Redress. And just like that, I had 16 Amber. And now we get rid of the Sting. It is too bad I have the Sting, right? They have so many artifacts. Oh, they have Book of Malefaction. Good thing I don't steal anything right now. We're gonna hit the Sting. Goodbye. Shadow Self. Seeker Needle to hit. Let's just chip away at Faust. Yeah. Even though I have all this Amber, I'm gonna get 1 key out of it because of Faust. And good old Curiosaurus. Messing my stuff up right now. They killed my Seeker Needle. Are they gonna Gorm my Evasion Sigil too? That would be the smart thing to do. Yep. No, leave my Ether Spider alone. Get out of here. Get out of here with that shit. I just need to get Protectrix to heal Ether Spider before Ether Spider dies. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Reap, so they exalted and they're stealing 1. Yep. Which is going on Ether Spider. Oh my god, they kept me off a fucking key. That's absurd. That is so stupid. We're going Sanctum. We are starting with an Anafiel, just killing that Faust. You're gonna reap and heal that spider. I'm okay with Ezekiel. Oof. I was gonna say I was okay. Let's put Staunch Knight over there. Ezekiel's gonna fight, or have Staunch Knight kill Gorfinel. I'm gonna Terms of Redress, just for an Amber. 14 of 6. What is this tomfoolery of me now having 14 Amber and my opponent having 0? It's a decent Ether Spider. The 16 Amber, well, really 15, because one will go on move from Curiosaurus. The 15 Amber is pretty gross. I would like another Martian Hounds play here. I just want to splash damage and just beef this crap way up and abuse the Protectrix to keep it healed. It's a pretty fun combo if you can make it work. Oh no! Standardized testing. Spiders don't do well on written exams. We all know that. No! That's game. That's game. G. I knew they had a standardized testing, so I was just like, yeah, please don't play it. Plowing through these deck lists. I'm only giving them reps if they are enjoyable in the first one, and that one was not. Did some silly stuff, but it was just bleh. Gotta delete you. There we go. El Hernandez. Don't forget that accent. The Gateway Sensei. So I've got a Maverick Hidden Stash in Dis. Anguish, 2 Bloodshard Imps. Scullion. Okay, double Yancey Gang, double. So this is my 4 key cheat deck. That only has 10 printed amber. It has a full moon with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. So that's not terrible. A Chota Hazri and a Key Charge. And then 2 Key of Darkness. I don't even care if I win. I just want to see if I can get any of these key cheats off. So before I start though, I will be right back. Give me 1 minute. So I'm going to start. Let's play El Hernandez, the Gateway Sensei. And as I've been doing it and people have been enjoying it, Archon card. There you go. Kind of like a... Got like a beard and some crazy hair going. Kind of looks like a little bit of a Shogun. We're dealing with Dis, Shadows, and Untamed. Dinobot. Previous TCO winner. Alright. They're playing Worlds Collide. Triple Lilithal, triple Rock Gub, double Harbinger. Yes, okay. And a Quixel Stone. Is green Patreon? I thought... Because it's like an orangish yellow. I guess it's just amber. Is the current winner. Okay, so they changed the colors. So then green would be Patreon, yeah. Well, I have 2 key cheats in my first hand, so let's mulligan. And yeah, they have a Snag's Mirror, so we will see how that works. Dis is the only overlap, so that'll make things interesting. just go Shadows and play Hideaway Hole. Well, so that's the trick with Snag's Mirror, right? Is it relies on what you're facing. So I'm trying to roll my chair here. So if you're facing an opponent who has no deck or no house overlap with you, Snag's Mirror is not going to do anything. So it's really the mercy of you having house overlap. I would say 2 of 3 is minimum you'd need. You can get a decent couple plays having just 1 house overlap. But past that, it's kind of at the mercy of your matchup. And I think as the game goes on and there's more and more houses represented throughout sets, yeah, finding a Dyslogos mirror would be pretty easy. They're the houses that have been around for all 4 sets so far. But I think as the game continues to grow, I think how many houses are we at? We're at 9. We'll be at 10 with the Unfathomable. It gets to a point, yeah, so we'll be at 10 next set. It'll get to a point where Snag's Mirror is a complete crapshoot, and in some matchups, you might just discard it instead of playing it because there's no overlap, and you don't want to curtail yourself. Let's go on Team to play Life Web, play Fuzzy Gruen, discard Save the Pack. Exhuming a Fuzzy Gruen's not bad, but exhuming Charette is okay. Exhuming a Chota Hazri is great. So I kind of want to see Chota. But I also just want to play a Swindle turn here. Sure, Shadows Swindle. Your turn. Check at 6. I don't have a good exhume target though. My only exhume target's Anguish. If I wanted to push tempo and put myself in the check to see what my opponent can do here, I mean, worst case scenario, they're just going to reap with Saurian and add a disruption counter. Then I can exhume my Anguish. So they go Dis. So they're playing Rock Gubs is what they're doing. They're gonna Furnace. Probably hit my Anguish then. They're gonna hit that Swindle, of course, and then maybe that Life Web. I don't know if they're at this point afraid of my Anguish. Yeah. So Dis is my next playline. Though triggering their Harbinger right now seems like an amazing thing to do. So let's do that. I'm going Untamed. Oh, son of a bitch! It is behind Taunt. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Let's just hit that ward, and let's just chalk this whole turn up to being me not paying attention because it didn't look like taunt because the upgrades. Whatever. This is gonna be a loss. Who cares? I don't think I have any direct damage in this deck list either. So the very fact that they hid that Harbinger behind a taunt is just... I have no way to clear the board, and I'm so far behind already. Which is why this deck has not seen play, so I'm probably going to have time for one more deck. I guess I'll ask. It's a rapid return here. What set should I pull my final deck of the day from? I don't believe I have any extras for Mass Mutation, so it would be the first 3 sets. Call the Archons, Age of Ascension, or Worlds Collide. One vote for Worlds Collide. I really have to learn how to do polls here. Okay, that's all crap. I have to go behind the scenes. Let's go Dis. Reaper Streak. Hidden Stash. Dump this Key of Darkness in there. Eater of the Dead. And then let's exhume this Fuzzy Gruin. Okay, I'm going to pull one from Worlds Collide, one from Age of Ascension. Let's take that one. There we go. So now the trick is red Archon or purple Archon. Hop in my dashboard here. What are we doing here? What are we doing? I'm gonna have to look at how to make polls there. All right, one vote for red. So we're probably going with red then. Let's go. Make sure I got this loaded in here. Okay. Opponent's kicking my ass. So. I guess we'll just go Shadows. Bren the Fanatic, because why not? Then the Mindra. And then Little Nif. So the collective choice here is going to be Valeria, Wounded Archives Brigand. It's a Sanctum Mars Shadows. And it's a Age of Ascension deck. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I know, Orion, like, there we go. Valeria, Wounded Archives Brigand. Like, this has been my entire day of just bullshit hands. I think I had two or three decent games today, and the rest are just like, okay, I lose. Does anything have... Nope, nothing has hazardous, so whatever. Shadows, sure, let's take my archives. Let's fight. Pew! Let's go Selwyn, sure. Yancy Gang, sure. Brand the Fag, fight. Oh, I stole one! Fight, yay! GFG, whatever. Building report, leave game. Let's import a deck. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get, there we go. Valeria, Wounded Archives Brigand. So I'm not going to go into the deck too much. I'm just going to hop straight into a game because I am running up onto the end of my stream time here. But I'll talk about it as we go along. So it's decent amount of board damage out of Shadows, actually, with 2 Throwing Stars, 2 Sucker Punches, 2 Whistling Darts. Also has a Bone Rot Venom and a Merkins with a Subtle Maul. I'm going to keep this hand because this is a nice starting hand with a Mother Gun. I also have 2 Collector Worms, a Mind Worm, 2 Mother Guns, an Exterminate, and an Incubation Chamber. So, outright, it looks like a lot of board control. If nothing else, at least board damage. So, I'm gonna go ahead and play Mars. Let's go Mother Gun. They didn't drop any creatures. So let's go ahead and put Zorg out and a Collector Worm. And I get my second Collector Worm. This one looks like I could just grab all of my opponent's creatures and archive them, which is hilarious because I'm the Archives Brigand. So my name actually seems thematic with what my deck is trying to do. Oh, they made it so he can't fight. You assholes. Okay, Mars, Reap, remove stun. Let's go Mother Gun to hit 3 and just hit Crewman Jorg. Collector Worm. Mars first it to fight and take the alien. that detention coil sucks. Just keep dropping creatures one at a time. As long as they're less than 7 power, I'm just going to take them. Actually archive that rad penny, can't I? Or no, they changed it where it would actually kill her. So that's annoying. Yeah, they changed it. I remember that. I remember that's how it used to work. I'm gonna go Shadows. Let's Sucker Punch. Kill this Daemon Thief. Let's Subtle Maul, and then Yancey Gang, and Throwing Stars to hit Rad Penny, and dump the others into armor. I actually don't want the Sucker Punches for more than some kills. I hate Sucker Punch as a card. If my deck has more than one, I just cringe. I have a deck with 4, and it's awful. Because once they go in your archives, you never want to take your archives, because then you're pulling multiple, and then all you're going to do is discard them or hold them. So if you draw them on separate turns, great. But once they're in my archives, I'm fine with them just camping out in there. Subtle auto into safe house, that's fun. Guess we're going Mars. I'm gonna discard this. And just reap. One of my first decks I opened in, was it Age of Ascension with Eureka? Yeah, the Alpha and Omega set. So I had a 5 Eureka list. Everything else about the deck was awful. I mean, 5 Eureka is pretty bad too, but I sold that thing immediately because someone wanted it and thought it was so amazing because they didn't understand how Alpha worked. So the moment they made me an offer for how much they wanted to pay for it, I'm like, yep, sold, yours, take it. Shadows is going to be a pretty good turn here. Nope. There's Sucker Punch. Hit Garcia. Whistling Darts. Yancey Gang. Discard a card. I hit their encounter suit. Check at 7. Egg Hunt Norton. Wrong holiday, man. Two Mother Guns? I do. I think I said that. I just completely forgot. Vandalize. Okay, that's how they got it. Say they did not play their subtle auto, but they're about to. Because they pulled him out. And there goes my incubation chamber. They're going to bounce him back to the archives. Yep, yep, yep. Blue key. Let's go Sanctum. Hallowed Shield. Let's go Equalize. Put that on Nexus. Protect the weak to make this guy. Taunt. And then Bordan the Redeemed. Mother Northel. What the fuck does she do? Reap. Move one from a friendly creature to my pool. That's cool. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. What you doing here, man? Waiting to see if they finish this turn quickly. They had like zero choice. They're just gonna keep calling shadows, and then they're gonna hit Subtle Maul. Yep. No, Hallowed Shield. Okay. Interesting. Thank you. Archiving Nexus, huh? Oh, everyone cannot be dealt damage. Hell yeah! It's fine. Shield of Justice. Capture 2. Mother Northel. Deploy right. Here we're gonna hit this worm into Subtle Auto, right? Yeah. Thanks for that. multitasking here because my opponent is doing everything they can except for playing. Yep. I wonder what they have in their archives. Any guesses what they have in their archives here? Shadows. Let's drop this Bone Rot on Barrister. Let's play Merkins. Random card from archives. To the right. Thanks for the Nexus. Throwing Stars. Let's hit Vemos. Zealot. And Barrister, I guess. Why not? Let's just hit Barrister for shits and giggles. Subtle Maul. Make them lose. Umbra Alien. And to add insult to injury, they have Amber Heart, which renders my Bone Rot Venom pretty moot. Let's go. Sure, let's go Mars. Mother Gun. Let's hit Joya. Let's play Plague Master. And Agent Human. Why can't I use Collector Worm? Interesting. Oh, because I can't reap. Duh. Can't reap and Detention Coil. I can't fight. Got it. I got there. We're going to chalk this up to a loss. I can drop an Aubade next turn, and that's the most I can do. I could have also, if I had Nexus, used Nexus to use Safe House to bounce Merkins into my archives, but then I wouldn't want to grab Merkins anyway. Well, let's go Sanctum. No to the archives, as always. Let's play Aubade. Merrick the Marked. Let's play Lion Botrom right there. Take hostages. As this game is winding down, maybe 2 turns tops, probably honestly just 1. Next week on Saturday, I will be streaming. It's going to be the day after Christmas. So for those of you that want to watch, I am going to be playing a whole bunch of really janky, weird combo decks. Orion found a pretty good collection of them, and I'm just going to play through 4 or 5 of them. Among the mix is a triple shard deck. There's also a curator with 2 chaos portals, and then a couple other weird things that I'm just gonna put on the list. So if you want to watch some, I don't anticipate I'm gonna win very much, but I want to try and, at least with each deck, play a game where I'm able to achieve whatever that deck's combo is. Whether that means I win because of the combo or not, who knows? Oh, and another one is a double redacted with Binate Rupture, and Interdimensional Graft. So it has the potential to be a one-turn win. So those will be some fun decks to play. I don't anticipate much happening from them, but we can see. Figure out what happens, maybe. Oh man, what are we doing? We're at 8. Shadows, No to the Archives, Sucker Punch, hit that Barrister, Subtle Maul, discard your Survey, play Umbra, Throwing Stars, let's hit Joya, Rad Penny, and sure, Agent Human, Throwing Stars, let's hit Barrister Joya, Agent Human, and something with armor. And then Merkins is just gonna fight Barrister Joya. GG. Not really. Very one-sided. Okay, so thanks for tuning in with another Saturday. Everyone that has been lurking in the chat, I see you. I see you. I see your finger hovering over that follow button. And I'm pretty sure in the holiday spirit, you're going to click that follow button either this week or next week. But either way, thanks for hanging out with the Crystal Hive. I will be off next Friday because it's Christmas Day. Enjoy the time with your family. We don't have any extravagant plans, but not streaming video games on Friday. I will be here on Saturday streaming some really crazy, janky combo decks. We'll see what I can pull off. And see how much I can embarrass myself on losing nonstop. So always remember, when it comes to Keyforge, when in doubt, reap it out. Get you all next week.